The rest of the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Brad. These storms could cause some potentially damaging hail. In fact, a family in Zandt County is feeling more prepared now after tennis ball-sized hail shattered 9 windows in their house last year. Our Mara and Jelly Lopez is live now from their house. Mara, how long did it take them to replace all those windows?
Well, Aaron, it actually took them about 6 months to replace their windows, and they still say they've got some work to do. They've actually got 1 window left to repair. I want to show you what this looked like about a year ago when hail, a large hail, about tennis size, just hit, damaging those windows that they've got. They've had all of them pretty much shattered, and it was just a mess. I mean, you could see all of the hail that was scattered along their back porch here. But I am joined now by Miss Shannon Elder and her son Luke. How are y'all doing tonight?
We're doing much better.
Much better. Well, I'm glad that y'all are doing much better. You got a good sense of humor. So definitely a homeowner kind of advice kind of day. What advice do you have for people as they prepare for storms like these?
I would say, first of all, really look at your insurance plan and say exactly what's in there. Read that fine print. There was a clause on our roof that it was a cosmetic clause. So as long as there was no actual hole, it was not going to be covered at all. So our roof is completely dented up and looks horrible, but because there's not a hole, it's not covered. So I would really recommend looking at things like that, as well as our barn. There's holes all in the roof of that, but because it's other structured, it's not covered. So really look at all of those. Have someone even maybe legally looking over those, just to kind of have your back on that, so that you don't get in the situation we got into.
Yeah, and that's some great advice there. Read the fine print always. Another thing, how are y'all better prepared this year for a line of storms like this?
Well, we switched insurance. My in-laws had an insurance that immediately worked for them, and ours took a lot longer. Okay. So we switched over to them, learning from our mistakes. So that's one reason. And then another is we got better windows.
Yeah, they're thicker.
Yeah, they're definitely thicker. We had 30-year-old windows, so they were just like thin and not. So this is a lot thicker, and hopefully it will protect us better.
Yeah, and then I got one more question. There was some lawn chairs that were just pummeled by those hail. So Luke, what did y'all do with those chairs?
We trashed those.
So you got some new chairs, huh?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you trashed those for sure. You don't want that reminder. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Some great advice there. Make sure that you're reading over the fine print of any of the insurance. Aaron, I'm going to send things back to you. We're live in Zandt County. I'm Mara and Jelly Lopez, CBS 19.
All right, thank you, Mara.